The reason why we discuss the color of light is because rarely we think about it because we let our cameras do all the job. The color histogram of your exposure changes the quality of your photograph. If your color is way off, and you try to correct the color, it actually starts to affect the quality of your photograph. Now, that's fine. Nobody cares, except when you're trying to edit your photos, it's going to take you 10 times longer to edit that out. Which is why you shouldn't be editing. I don't know. Do you guys edit your own stuff? You do? Yeah. I think, to me personally, like, send that stuff out to shoot.edit, it gets processed, and I can spend my time doing this, taking care of it. You know what I mean? So let's try this behavior real quick. When light that comes from the sun, or from any speed light, or from any source, hits any surface, it absorbs some of those, I don't want to talk science, but it absorbs some of its elements or frequencies or whatever you want to call it, and it spits out the color that it sees. So your eye sees the color cast of whatever the light hit. So if I put a light against that red background and I hit it really hard, that's going to bounce the red light into your subject. That's big, because if you're choosing a location to shoot and you have a person that's very pale, choose a surface that's kind of darker in color, like wood or something tanner. If you have someone that's very dark, then choose that white door back there. When the light hits her, it bounces light that's going to make her look more appealing. Rachel, you're kind of very white, kind of, but I would photograph Rachel I would choose a color when I'm shooting outdoors that gives you more of a complement to your skin. Whereas if you're shooting Mark, which has a darker skin tone, I might not choose a dark wood to bounce light off of. I might choose like a wider wall to make him look even, just kind of even it out a little bit. Let's see, can you stand right in front of this paper here? And Colin, let's bring the flash out. Go ahead and point the flash up to the ceiling, and the light is going to miss the red wall, and it's going to give her clean light. Then we're going to turn her around. We're going to hit the paper. We're going to see what the effects are, okay? So let's start out with shooting the ceiling. Did that fire? Did it fire? Okay, it's too weak. Let me change the flash power. This might be too strong. Who knows? Let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay. Go ahead and take a look at that last image. Clean face, right? No effect in her whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and turn you around. Can you hit her from that side? No, don't hit her, hit the paper. Hit right there. And come this way a little more. Closer, closer, closer. Now turn towards me a little bit. Okay, stay right there. Hold it for a second. And now take a look how much of that pigment gets picked up. Now, how does that affect you? It affects you greatly, because when you're shooting, the sun is illuminating stuff. The stronger the light source is illuminating that wall, the more of that cast is going to be casted on your subjects. That's why we care about this, Let's try. Let's try that again, but illuminate the paper more so we don't get her head. You see at the back of her head it's illuminated? And actually, is there a 7200 instead of this one? Sure. Let me try that real quick. Do you guys ever think about the color that the sun is illuminating and then how it's bouncing that color back? This is actually interesting because this is the problem with parks. You go to the park, you're hitting a green wall. Look how much that affected the exposure. So if you go to a park like everyone does and you don't think about it, and then you tell people sit down in the park, sit down in the grass, I mean, geez, you're making people totally green, right? So here, give me a second. Thank you. Okay, let me try that one more time. Let's get the flash going, and let's not illuminate the head. In fact, let's zoom the flash head to 200 millimeters, 200. Zoom in the flash head, my favorite flash feature ever. It changes everything for me. I'll explain that in the next segment. Okay, ready? So don't illuminate her hair. Did that fire? It did. Okay, it's better. Now you'll see the effect's even stronger. It's actually quite crazy. Now you put green grass, and you see why this is important, you know? Not cool. Try that one more time, Colin. I'm just going to clean up the exposure a little bit. Hold on, one more time. Okay. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, you guys like that? It's like Hulk. Okay, let me put this somewhere. Now, how do you fix that? This is how you fix it. If you have to work with something very colorful, put the white blanket here, or just leave it open. And let's try it one more time. Tyler, can I borrow you for a second, man? Actually, let me do something quickly. Let's forget that. Let's use this, because that's too reflective. Let's use this white. Let's bring this one over here. Now we're going to try it again. We're going to put this right in front, and it should be a lot. Actually, that's going to diffuse the red. It's going to bring it back. It will be a little less red, but it will still be red. Let's try it. Let me try that one more time. Too much power on the flash. Give me a sec. Okay, so a lot better. Take a look at this. And if we can possibly compare the last two, the one with a really crazy red and then this one, that would be good. Okay, that's what happens when we don't think about the color, or when we do think about the color. How do you apply this on a photo shoot? Well, very simple. Can I get 3 of you guys, or maybe if you're wearing pants, if you're wearing like non-pants, probably not gonna work. Can you guys all sit on the floor there, on the floor? It's okay, you don't have to sit because you're wearing like a nice dress or whatever. Let's just sit on the floor. Get all together. Beautiful families. Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. I love your children, Giselle. That's very nice. Okay. First of all, the light's coming from this side. So if you look at the inverse square law of light, this is a terrible idea. Second, the window's so far away that the inverse square law of light here is not going to it's not going to affect me so much. It's going to be sort of even, okay? However, there's red. Because you are only about 2.5 feet from the red, if I was to take a picture here, you're going to have a pretty serious red cast. If you're a family photographer, and this is the grass and this is the park, probably not going to work for you, okay? Best thing to do is to put a simple diffuser this way, or you put this is going to be a lot better. You don't have to put a diffuser that covers everybody. Just this will work. And if you can, you might want to bring it up a little bit. You're not trying to diffuse the light. You're trying to remove the green grass, okay? Also, you could just put a reflector Let's see here. You can also just add a reflector this way, and that's going to bounce the same color temperature as what it's hitting it, okay? Look at Crisanta in the middle there. Looks good. You remove this, and you see some of that red on the cheeks. You start to see some of the color cast. Can you get closer to the red wall?
This down here?
Yeah, that's fine. It starts to get redder on her face. So if you're shooting families or any of that sort, go back to normal and just simply remove the color cast by putting a reflector here or a diffuser. Unless, of course, you want the color cast. You know, sometimes you want it. Okay? Any questions on the color situation? Good. Let's go. You know, guys, I gotta say, all these photos that we're taking of Joshua, for example, where we took the window light and then we started adding a little bit and it was too much, and then we said, you know what, I want to add a shadow here and all of that. That's what lighting for photography is all about, you know? You want to shoot a woman, make her look beautiful, even light her. If you use 10% of the reflector, you can put pop in her eyes. You don't have to make them look dead. There's just a lot of great things we've been talking about that really help out. So just to summarize, this is another one I haven't discussed. If you put a red gel on your flash, it's the same thing as putting nothing on your flash, practically the same thing, and having it bounce against a red wall. So if you do put a red gel on your flash, it's going to fire, the light's going to come out clean, but then it's going to hit the red gel on its way out, and it's going to only release those frequencies that give you red light to your eye. So your picture's going to look something like this, which is really fantastic looking, you know? Could work for like Halloween. You know, it's great.